morning all of you. I am Pawan Prakash Gupta. Today in this video I am going to demonstrate you the hardware implementation of three-phase MOSFET bridge for the inverter operation by applying a three-phase triggering circuit, so that we can understand what is the output of this three-phase MOSFET bridge inverter with the application of a different firing angles, and we can change the voltage level of the this three-phase inverter, as well as we can also change the inverter output frequency. So this we are going to study in this practical, and today I am going to demonstrate. For this we are actually utilizing this. This is a three-phase triggering circuit for the MOSFET and IGBT bridge. You can observe that it is actually runs on the 230 volt 50 hertz supply mains. Okay, this is a frequency knob. Actually its name is frequency knob. When you regulate it, the different firing angle will be changed, and accordingly the frequency output will be changed of the inverter. These are the terminals which are actually going to connect to our MOSFET or IGBT bridge. You can observe that these are nothing but the gate G1, G2, G3, G4, G5, G6, because in the three-phase inverter we have the 6 MOSFET or 6 IGBTs configuration for the upper group and the lower group. In a one leg there is a two MOSFETs or 2 IGBTs will be connected. So for the three-phase there will be 6 one. So these are the gating signals G1, G2, G3, G4, G5, G6, and similarly the other terminal is if the MOSFET is in use, then it is a source. Otherwise, in the case of IGBT, it is emitter. So you can see that it is S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6. That you can take from these connections. You can implement on this particular MOSFET bridge module. Okay, it is a three-phase MOSFET bridge module. Right now we are having the lab. Similarly, you can also have a IGBT bridge module. These are the actually IRF 840 MOSFETs connected over here. You can download its data sheet, and you can find that what is the voltage rating and the ampere rating of these MOSFETs. I can tell you that it is 500 volt 8 ampere MOSFETs are connected over here. You can see that whatever with the triggering circuits signals we are taking, we are actually fetching over here, and these triggering signals are actually applied to all these 6 MOSFET 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But in the theory part you maybe also study that the upper group is named as a 135 and the lower group is named as a 462. That means upper group is triggering sequence is 135 and the lower group sequence is 462. While in this particular module it is normally termed as a Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, Q6. But if we want to match with our study, then we can say that in the sequence of a triggering we can name it 135 and 462. The complementary MOSFETs are actually 1, 4. There is a 3 gaps 1, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 2. Okay, so 135, 462. In this sequence we are going to trigger this one. This particular circuit is actually going to run for the 120-degree mode of operation of this. The output for the input of this inverter, we know that the inverter is actually converts the DC into AC. So for that we have a DC input over here, the positive terminal and negative terminal, and we are utilizing this DC supply which we can apply the 30 volts from here to this particular input of this inverter. We can take the output of the this inverter from these middle points of the leg, which is shown with the red knob, yellow and blue one. These are nothing but going to be the output of this inverter. You can connect your three-phase load. So we have actually a three-phase resistive load star connected over here. It has a 4 terminals. These red ones are the line terminals, and this is a neutral. Okay, so you can connect your all these 3 line terminals into the three-phase output of the inverter, and we are going to actually observe that what is my line voltage between any 2 knobs, like line voltage. If you want to investigate what is my phase voltage, we can take the output from this knob and the neutral terminal of this star load. Okay, and we can actually observe on the DSO that what is my output. So in the after this I will show that how we are getting a 120-degree mode operation output of this three-phase MOSFET bridge for the inverter when we are actually applying this three-phase triggering circuit. So let's start with the implementation. So here we actually given the 230 volt supply over here. It is switch on, so LED is blinking over here. Now this frequency knob we can regulate for the application of the triggering pulses. These are already connected. So here what we are doing, here we have connected our three-phase load in this output of terminal of this inverter, and there is a DC supply input of a 25 volt I have connected over here. You can apply as per the rating of the MOSFET the DC supply because it is a 500 volt rated MOSFETs. So you can apply up to the 30 volts, but here for the safety purpose I have applied only the 25 volt only. So now we can observe that the output of the line voltages is nothing but over here the blue waveform and the yellow waveform. You can see that these are the 6 step 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we regulate the setting, then you can observe these are the frequency knobs settings. When you change the frequency knob, then you can see that it is right now 85 hertz. It is running at 85 hertz, and you are getting a 6 step output of the inverter in the for the 2 line voltages. Okay. Similarly, you have the phase voltages also. Let me show you the phase voltages also. Now we can see that again if we apply and we want to record the phase voltages, that means the any 2 line voltages across the phase terminal or neutral terminal of the load, then we are getting this kind of a 2-step waveform for this inverter output. Blue waveform you can see, and you can observe the yellow waveform. These are the 2 phase voltages which are the 2 steps, 0 and the 1 step is here. And we have applied the 25 volt DC right now. So accordingly you are getting the 2 output. Right now the 38 hertz frequency is there. If we regulate the frequency knob, then we can see that it is also changing the frequency. And if we change the voltage magnitude from the input DC supply, then we can see that it is also changing the magnitude of the output of your inverter. So this is the way we are getting the three-phase inverter module output for the phase voltages and the line voltages. If you change the DC input, then you are getting the output voltage magnitude change, and also if you are changing this frequency knob, you are getting the change in the frequency. Okay, so this is the way we are actually implementing for this module for the 3-phase inverter output. Here we have applied the DC input. Now we'll see the some waveforms of this output in the theory part. Now we can understood that what is the sequence of the triggering of this MOSFET bridge of the inverter. Actually here we have the every MOSFET bridge is actually triggered for the 120 degree, and this you can see that this T1 and this dash area is completely 180 degree. So for every leg our MOSFET is actually triggered for the 120 degree, and rest of the 60 degree there will be no device is triggered. And the complement after this 60 degree, that means after the completion of 180 degree, the next device in the lower group will be triggered. So at a time actually we are getting the triggering of the 2 switches, one from the upper group, that is 135, and one from the lower group, that is 462. So here the sequence of triggering is 6 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 and again 6 1 back, and the same sequence will be repeated over here. Why it is known as a 120 degree mode of operation? Because our one device is actually conducting for the 120 degree only. After that there is a 60 degree gap, and then the other complementary device is actually triggered. Accordingly we will get this kind of a 2-step waveform for the phase voltages. You can see that it is VA0, VB0, VC0. It is a 2-step wave which you have observed in the hardware output also. And these are the line voltages waveforms. When you actually look for the line voltages VAB, VBC, VCA, you will get this kind of a 6-step waveform where 1 2 3 4 5 6 steps are there. Why it is called a 6-step inverter? Because we are getting the output of a line voltage in the 6th step. Step is nothing but the actually it is considered as a when one trigger device is switched from the to the other device. Like one device is triggered, then after the conduction of it, when the another device is conducted, that is called the step from one to other device. So at a time one upper group device and lower group device is actually triggered. Now what is the main advantage over here of this 120 degree mode of operation? That here we get a 60 degree rest, which is not available in the 120 degree mode, 180 degree mode of operation, because when we are actually switching from T1 to T4, there is a gap, so we cannot get any kind of a short circuit. Otherwise, if there will be a 180 degree mode of operation, so these two thyristors will be, or the any power electronic device will be triggered very simultaneously. So like if there will be any simultaneously occurrence of the triggering, then there will be a short circuit. So to avoid that, we have to introduce a delay over here. But in this 120 degree mode of operation, we actually have a 60 degree gap, so there will be no chances of any short circuit. Also in the case, you can see that when we actually trigger this 120 degree mode of operation, so this kind of a, if we have a star connected load, so we can see that 1 and 6 switch number 1 and switch number 6 is triggered, so it is closed over here. Rest of the switches are open. So we can see that the two terminals of the load have the defined voltage, because this switch 1 and switch 6 is closed. But what about the third terminal? It is neither upper connected nor lower connected. So its its terminal voltage is not actually defined. So this is the one disadvantage in this 120 degree mode operation. But when your load is balanced and it is a resistive load, then all the voltages will of these terminals are equal. But in the case of a reactive component, there will be some other voltages will also appear at this unconnected terminal. So this is one of the disadvantage of your 120 degree mode, while there is a one advantage of the 120 degree mode over the 180 degree mode, that there will be no chances of a short circuit. So similarly, when there is a devices are connected, you will get these kind of a circuits. Maybe you will study in your theory parts, and accordingly you will get this kind of a equivalent circuits of the voltages. Okay, so this you can study in your theory part, and this is all about the three-phase MOSFET bridge inverter module. Actually we have investigated in the hardware as well as the theory part also. Thank you.